The XTS is a full-size luxury car, roughly the same size as the CTS. The interesting part is the fact that the two cars share the same market segment, but they couldn't be more different. While the CTS is rear-wheel drive, the XTS is front-wheel drive and mostly aimed at older people. The car feels sedated, and it can't really match its rivals when it comes to driving characteristics. Because of that, an update is already on its way. So far the details are still scarce, but it looks like the future 2019 Cadillac XTS will be the car to change all of that. However, there is more to it than just that. For starters, Cadillac will actually discontinue the XTS name, even though we will continue to call it that for the time being. This is because it sells worse than many of its rivals, so they will have to do something to change that. For starters, it looks like the front-wheel drive will be discontinued altogether. The new version of the XTS will also replace the CTS. Thanks to that, Cadillac will be able to use their rear-wheel drive Omega architecture, which also underpins the ongoing CT6. So far it looks like the wheelbase will increase and so will the track width. The interesting part is the car's weight. The current model weighs in at north of 4,000 pounds, which is considerably more than its rivals. Well, the CT6, which is larger than the future 2019 Cadillac XTS, weighs in at anything between 3,600 and 4,000 pounds. Thanks to that, it is safe to assume the production XTS will weigh less than 3,500 pounds, which would make it quite impressive. The release date is still unknown, but it is safe to assume Cadillac will release the car sooner than some expect. Its price should still hover around $46,000, which is actually less than many of its rivals. The current model looks like a 10-year-old Cadillac, and that's unfortunate. Things will change though with the future XTS. This new model will have quite a bit more in common with the new CT6. Some said the two cars will share roughly the same front-end design. The big difference would be the headlights, which would give the XTS a slightly more grown-up appearance. The rear of the car would ditch the unusual sedan look for something more coupe-inspired. Some even went as far as saying that Cadillac will release a four-door coupe with the future XTS. While we would love to see this, it is unfortunately highly unlikely. The spirit of the original will carry over mostly unchanged to the 2019 Cadillac XTS. However, pretty much everything else inside the cabin will be all new. Considering the class the car will compete in, it is safe to assume the XTS won't be that far off the current CT6. The two cars are likely going to share a really similar center stack design, and possibly a similar upper dashboard look too. However, the XTS will likely receive a different instrument cluster, steering wheel, and likely a different infotainment system as well. The car might also receive sportier seats in order to give the driver and its passengers better support during spirited driving. The current model is only available with a 3.6-liter V6, which is neither powerful nor efficient. The optional twin-turbo V6 is far better, but it is one of the less impressive engines out there, especially in terms of power delivery. The 2019 Cadillac XTS should change all of that. For starters, thanks to the much lower weight, the car will likely receive a new 2.0-liter Turbo 4 as standard. This might offer up to 300 horsepower, which would make it a perfect replacement for the old V6. The higher-end versions could get a 3.0-liter twin-turbo V6, which could easily provide north of 400 horsepower and 400 pounds-to-foot of torque. Thanks to the rear-wheel drive platform, the car could also use GM's new 10-speed automatic, which is a far more impressive transmission than the old 6-speed automatic. A future V-Sport model might use the 4.2-liter twin-turbo V8, which is currently in use on the CT6.